We've all been there. You arrive home from work, you're so hungry that in a few moments your better judgment's gone out the window and you find yourself eating a big bowl of macaroni and cheese, right? Okay, it happens.
Ready to get the fit body of your dreams? Welcome to the FITBODY podcast. I'm Julie Laurie, an IFBB fitness pro, certified personal trainer, and nutrition coach. Back in 2004, I created one of the world's first online personal training programs and have helped thousands of women transform their bodies and their lives online ever since. I've been featured in fitness magazines worldwide and even competed on American Ninja Warrior. But my passion is helping women love both how they look and how they feel through balanced workouts and healthy eating. But let's be real, it's information overload out there, and it's hard to know what to do. You need a no-nonsense way to stay motivated and accountable in a world that can feel like it's swirling around you. My mission is to take away the guesswork for highly driven women ready to supercharge their metabolism and get to their personal best.
Goodness knows it can be tough to stay on track with a diet, particularly when you're trying to get in the best shape of your life. When you're pushing harder than you ever have before, nutrition can feel overwhelming. If you've ever wondered how to stay consistent with your diet, today's your day. I have 5 simple tips on how to be consistent with diet. The key first is to begin by clearly identifying your why. Why are you making the changes you're making? Why are you trying to diet in the first place? Understanding explicitly the impact your own choices have on your progress is going to make a huge difference. So understand the reasons that you want to be changing what you're eating. To help you on this quest, staying consistent with your diet, I have compiled 5 of my tips, okay? These are going to skyrocket your resolve and make things significantly easier. Okay, so my first tip, number 1, on how to stay consistent with your diet. Stop thinking of it as a diet. The worst thing you can do when trying to limit your calorie intake is to think about your food in my air quote diet. The moment most women list out the foods that are totally off limits, the cravings start. That is something I struggle with personally. As soon as I tell myself, oh, you can't have X food, that's all I can think about, right? I don't want you to feel restricted by food. There shouldn't be food that you can never, ever eat. Rather, I want you to feel empowered by all the delicious foods that you can eat. Diets are associated with all sorts of negative feelings. So the number 1 thing I'm going to have you do is we're going to stop thinking of it as a diet, and we're going to replace the word diet with healthy lifestyle or healthy nutrition. Much more positive, and it refers to this, continuous nourishing lifestyle rather than a specific short period of time that's just going to be miserable. Instead of saying, I can't eat that or I'm on a diet, think of all the fantastic foods and snacks and dishes that you can create with healthy ingredients. Vegetables are completely unlimited for my clients, and that's something I want you to really explore. So, okay, stop thinking of it as a diet and let's throw out that word. So nutrition plan, right? Okay, healthy eating. All right, the second tip is to have a plan. The worst thing you can do when you are trying to eat healthier is to just wander in the grocery, buy whatever you find, come home, just look in the pantry, see what might be in the fridge, maybe wait for dinner until you're absolutely starving and just grab something on the drive home, right? All a recipe to grab the most unhealthy food. If you can have a plan, you are significantly more likely to stay on track. What's the common saying? Failing to plan is planning to fail, right? Okay. So one of the main reasons that I find that women fall off the wagon or struggle to stay on track with a nutrition plan, it comes down to convenience. We've all been there. You arrive home from work, you're so hungry that in a few moments your better judgment's gone out the window and you find yourself eating a big bowl of macaroni and cheese, right? Okay, it happens. We want to eliminate the thought process to cheat on your healthy eating plan and to make those decisions in advance by creating a meal plan. That's a plan for success. My third tip is a really important one. Don't go food shopping when you're hungry. Don't go to the grocery store when you are starving. Once you know what you want to eat, once you've got that plan, then it's time to hit the grocery. But don't step foot in the door if you're feeling hungry. Your willpower will be lower, and all of a sudden, the foods that you've been avoiding will become irresistible, and you end up filling your cart without even realizing it. The best thing, actually, is to order your groceries home delivery. This is something I do all the time. So much easier. Fill my cart, have it delivered right to my door, and I can plan ahead so much better. It makes it less tempting. You're not strolling aisles, seeing all of these different foods and the marketing that's trying to draw you in on different foods. If you are going to the grocery store, make sure you have one of your meals immediately beforehand. That way you walk in, you are satisfied, and you can actually think through, get the groceries that you intended to come for, not what happens to sound good in that moment. All right, my fourth tip is to curb your cravings through distraction. So food cravings come in waves. The good thing about those waves is that they don't last that long. But man, at the time, they can be really difficult to control. Well, eating a healthy alternative is one way to curb your cravings. So eating something, if you feel like a cookie, well, having a protein shake or having vegetables, having something that's a healthy alternative is a really good idea. That doesn't always eliminate the urge in the first place. So I want you to occupy yourself with something non-food related. That will take care of those cravings that are emotional hunger once and for all. So go on a walk, take a bath, have a cup of tea. Actually notice if you're really thirsty. I find a lot of times that this happens to me and to the women that I train online, is that you think you're hungry, but you're actually just thirsty. So make sure you're getting enough water in. The best thing you can do when you're faced with a craving is to distract yourself for 10 minutes. If after that 10 minutes you're still hungry, go ahead and have a healthy option, have something to eat. But many times you'll find that in that 10 minutes, you've kind of forgotten about food and you're just not all that hungry. So that was a cue that you have been that it's an emotional hunger, not a physical hunger, and it can help you get through some of those cravings. Finally, my fifth simple tip on staying consistent with your diet is to eat at specific times. Creating healthy habits around our meal times is absolutely critical. I want you to eat often enough that you are never starving, okay? So every 3 to 4 hours, you should have some kind of food, whether you should consistently be having breakfast within, say, an hour of waking up, having lunch in the afternoon, and having dinner in the evening. In between, I like to add in 1 or 2 snacks that are high in protein as well. If you can be eating at consistent intervals, you are significantly more likely to stay on track with your nutrition plan. There you have it, my 5 simple tips to staying consistent with your nutrition or diet. Thanks for joining me for this episode of the FitBODY Podcast.
Thank you for joining me on the FitBODY Podcast. Looking forward to sharing more health and fitness information with you soon. Want more information about my online personal training for women or the world's best supplements and protein powder? Check out fitbody.com for more info.